This is News Hour on Ifako Radio. Good morning, I'm Olanireti, Ololade. The major headlines. Benjamin Adeyemi Olabinjo urges nationwide prayers for peace at 15th Ifako Muslim Christian Peace and Tranquility Service. Big diplomatic overhaul. Tinubu 65 envoy picks brace for Senate storm. FG sets December 20 deadline to pay contractors. Senate orders nationwide crackdown as lead poisoning hits Lagos. Sports. CAF teammates hail Ekong after retirement. Messi eyes first MLS crown as Miami faced Muller-led Vancouver. Entertainment. Cross River Ice tourism boom as Carnival Calabar marks 20 years. News in detail. Benjamin Adeyemi Olabinjo urges nationwide prayers for peace at 15th Ifako Muslim Christian Peace and Tranquility Service. The 15th edition of the Ifako Muslim Christian Association's Peace and Tranquility Prayers took place on Thursday under the theme National Peace and Security, the Roles of Christians and Muslims. The special service held at the local community center drew a host of dignitaries, including Honorable Benjamin Adeyemi Olabinjo, member of the House of Representatives for Ifako Federal Constituency. Also present were the chief host, Honorable Usman Akumbi Hamzat, and the co-chairman, Reverend Dr. JSA Oladele and Alaji Y.A. Lasisi. Participants stressed the importance of continuous prayers for Nigeria, especially for Ifako, where security challenges remain a pressing concern. The Muslim Christian Association was highlighted as a model of peaceful coexistence, an example other communities can follow, by fostering dialogue, listening to residents' concerns, and addressing issues affecting both faith groups. The platform has helped sustain harmony in the constituency. Speaking at the event, Honorable Olabinjo said, prayer is the driving force behind progress in Ifako. He also warned parents against allowing their parents to be drawn into foreign interventions, noting that external actors often pursue Nigeria's national resources rather than genuine assistance. The evening concluded with a renewed call for unity and prayers for lasting peace across the nation. Big diplomatic overhaul. Tinubu 65 envoy picks brace for Senate storm. President Bola Tinubu's 65 ambassadorial nominees will face rigorous Senate grilling next week as part of their confirmation process. Three notable opposition senators who spoke on condition of anonymity said the screening would not be business as usual, hinting at plans to put several of the nominees on the spot. Our current situation requires seasoned and knowledgeable men and women who can represent and defend Nigeria's interests before the international community. Ambassadorial position is not all about political patronage or job for the boys, and this is where we would ensure that those who would represent Nigeria at the foreign missions are patriotic individuals who have integrity, the ranking senator noted. Another lawmaker said the nominees would be properly grilled to ensure they are fit for the purpose. On Thursday, the Senate received the President's request for the confirmation of the nominees, one of the administration's largest diplomatic submissions yet. FG sets December 20 deadline to pay contractors. The federal government on Thursday moved to calm rising tensions among road contractors, assuring that all outstanding payments will be cleared before December 20th, 2025, following days of protests by contractors over mounting debts and stalled project financing. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, who gave the assurance during the reopening of the repaired Kefi flyover in Nasarawa State, said President Bola Tinubu had acknowledged the debt backlog and approved the constitution of a special committee to verify and settle all outstanding claims. Contractors handling federal road projects had in the last few days staged protests at the Ministry of Finance alleging prolonged non-payment for completed and ongoing works. The contractors under the aegis of the All Indigenous Contractors Association of Nigeria staged a protest at the Federal Ministry of Finance over alleged unpaid funds for projects executed in 2024. The association claimed the federal government owes contractors about 4 trillion naira, but is specifically demanding the release of 760 billion naira, which it said the Minister of Finance, Wale Edu, had earlier pledged to pay in September. Senate orders nationwide crackdown as lead poisoning hits Lagos. The Senate on Thursday expressed grave alarm over a fast-spreading lead poisoning crisis in Ogijo, a densely populated community straddling the boundaries between Ikorodu, Lagos, and Osun East and Ogun East Senatorial Districts. It described it as a full-blown environmental and public health emergency that threatens thousands of lives. The motion, jointly sponsored by Mukail Adetokunbo Abiru of Lagos West and Benga Daniel of Ogun East, was brought under matters of urgent public importance, pursuant to Orders 41 and 51 of the Senate Standing Orders 2023 as amended. Lawmakers cited scientifically verified reports of extreme lead contamination linked to a cluster of used lead-acid battery recycling factories operating in the area for years. According to the Senate, the crisis had left residents battling persistent headaches, abdominal pain, memory loss, seizures, and developmental delays in children, symptoms strongly associated with chronic lead exposure. The chamber noted with concern that the federal government had already begun clampdowns with the Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Ikeruka Onyejiocha, shutting down 7 battery recycling factories and ordering a temporary halt to lead ingot exportation pending safety investigations. Senators said they were alarmed that residents have for several years complained of persistent headaches, abdominal pains, loss of memory, seizures, cognitive decline, and developmental delay in children, symptoms strongly associated with chronic lead exposure. VIO heads to Supreme Court after losing vehicle impoundment appeal. The Department of Road Traffic Services, also known as Vehicle Inspection Officers, has said it will certainly appeal a judgment barring it from imposing fines on impounded vehicles of offending motorists. The acting director of the DRTS, Deborah Osho, in an exclusive phone interview on Thursday, lamented the growing lawlessness in the Federal Capital Territory since the High Court ruling. The Court of Appeal Abuja Division on Thursday affirmed the lower court judgment barring the DRTS and VIO from stopping motorists, confiscating vehicles, or imposing fines on road users. In an unanimous decision delivered by a 3-member panel, the appellate court held that there was no basis to overturn the Federal High Court ruling of October 16, 2024, which prohibited VIO officers from harassing motorists. The appeal filed by the VIO challenging the lower court judgment was dismissed for lacking merit. In a lead judgment delivered by Justice Oyejoju Oyewumi, reacting to the judgment, Osho said, "We will certainly appeal. As a correspondent, do you see what is happening in the city right now? Don't you see how dirty the city is? I don't know why we Nigerians don't like to be corrected. Just look at Airport Road. They have turned that place practically into a one-way. You cannot enforce, you cannot impound, but if you give them a ticket, they won't come to pay. What do you want us to do? The thing is not funny." Osun APC primary, Omishore, Oyebamiji, Alabi, 6 others, no fate today. The All Progressives Congress is set to review the outcome of its screening exercise for the 9 aspirants seeking the party's ticket for the December 13th Osun State governorship primary election. The announcement followed a 2-day screening exercise conducted in Abuja by the 7-member Osun State governorship primary election screening committee, chaired by Barrister Obinna Uzo. The committee is expected to submit its report to the party's National Working Committee by 11 a.m. today at the APC National Secretariat in Abuja. The Screening Appeal Committee, led by Senator Tolu Odeniyi, will handle any objections or petitions arising from the screening results on Saturday, ahead of the primary elections in Osun State on December 13th. The screening process concluded on Thursday, with 4 aspirants appearing before the committee, complementing the 5 aspirants who were screened on Wednesday. Sports. CAF teammates hail Ekong after retirement. Super Eagles players and the Confederation of African Football have praised Trust Ekong who announced his retirement from international football on Thursday, bringing an end to a decade-long career with Nigeria just 2 weeks before the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. The 32-year-old defender confirmed the decision in an emotional video posted on social media, ending days of speculation that followed Nigeria's failure to qualify for 2026 FIFA World Cup after a dramatic 4-3 penalty shootout defeat to DR Congo in the playoffs. Trust Ekong, who made his debut for Nigeria in 2015 under the late Stephen Keshi, reflected on his journey with the national team, describing it as the greatest privilege of his life. Today, I'm announcing my retirement from international football. In 2015, a late call from the late Stephen Keshi changed my life. A month later, the big boss gave me my debut. His belief in me ignited the desire to follow his footsteps, he said. Every single time I put on the iconic shirt to walk out onto the pitch, I have thought about the exact moment. Going on to captain the Super Eagles was beyond my wildest dreams. Expressing gratitude to fans, coaches, and teammates, Trust Ekong said wearing the Super Eagles armband was an honor he would forever cherish. Messi eyes first MLS crown as Miami faced Ololade Vancouver. Lionel Messi will aim to crown his MLS revolution by leading Inter Miami to their first domestic championship on Saturday in a blockbuster season final against the surging Vancouver Whitecaps. 2 years after reshaping the landscape of Major League Soccer, following his arrival in Florida, Messi is on the brink of delivering the title to Miami, have craved since the club joined MLS as an expansion team in 2020. After a rocky start to the season, the 38-year-old Argentine superstar has masterminded a dazzling Miami playoff run, with the club scoring 17 goals in 5 games. But blocking Messi and Miami's path is a vibrant Vancouver side, powered by German great Thomas Müller, who has given added potency to an already dangerous Whitecaps attack since joining the club in August. Müller and Messi are 2 of 4 World Cups winning players, along with Inter's Sergio Busquets and Argentina's Rodrigo de Paul, who will take to the field at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale in an MLS Cup final described as a marketing dream. Müller, though, has played down suggestions that Saturday's game is a duel between him and Messi. It's not about Messi against Thomas Müller, he said, after Vancouver's 3-1 defeat of San Diego in the Western Conference final on Saturday. It's Miami against the Whitecaps. Entertainment. Cross River Ice tourism boom as Carnival Calabar marks 20 years. As Cross River State prepares to host the 20th anniversary of the Carnival Calabar Festival, the Cross River State Governor says this year's edition will serve as a major launchpad to restore the state's place as West Africa's leading tourism destination. The state governor, Basi Ute, made the declaration on Sunday during the annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony at Millennium Park, where he appeared alongside 4 former governors, Clement Ebiri, Donald Duke, Liel Imoke, and Ben Ayade, in a symbolic show of unity for the state's tourism revival. Otu disclosed this in a statement on Wednesday. The governor, who described tourism as a pillar of his administration's economic agenda, said the government is committed to energizing the sector through human capital development, rural transformation, and renewed global visibility. My team and I will continue to grow Cross River through human capital development, industrialization, rural transformation, and tourism, he said. Recap of the major headlines. Benjamin Adeyemi Olabinjo urges nationwide prayers for peace at 15th Ifako Muslim Christian Peace and Tranquility Service. Big diplomatic overall. Tinubu 65 envoy picks brace for Senate storm. FG set December 20 deadline to pay contractors. Senate orders nationwide crackdown as lead poisoning hits Lagos. Sports. CAF teammates hail Ekong after retirement. Messi eyes first MLS crown as Miami face Müller-led Vancouver. Entertainment. Recap of the major headlines. Benjamin Adeyemi Olabinjo urges nationwide prayers for peace at 15th Ifako Muslim Christian Peace and Tranquility Service. Big diplomatic overall. Tinubu 65 envoy picks brace for Senate storm. FG set December 20 deadline to pay contractors. Senate orders nationwide crackdown as lead poisoning hits Lagos. Sports. CAF teammates hail Ekong after retirement. Messi eyes first MLS crown as Miami face Muller-led Vancouver. Entertainment. Cross River ice tourism boom as Carnival Calabar marks 20 years. Follow us on all our social media handles. Facebook at Ifako Radio, YouTube at Ifako Radio, WhatsApp at Ifako Radio, X at Ifako Radio, Instagram at Ifako_radio. For news reporting, contact us at ifakoradio@gmail.com or call our WhatsApp 091 2222 7433. Special thanks to the news producer Olanireti. Thanks for watching. I'm Olanireti Ololade. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless you.